Okay, we're going to do another review of a tactical gear, which is kind of the same company, Be Done, made in China. But this is a universal holster, okay? Now, compared to our other one, same company, if you notice, the size is different of the box. So what do we get in this? This was a universal holster. They give you a long list of pistols that will fit into this. And I believe I got this looking to find a holster for my Stover. Somebody did a review on something similar, and they said the Stover fits in there. So I was just looking. Again, this is a paddle holster, okay? Standard setup. It is not an inside the waistband concealment holster. I was just looking for a general holster. Plus, I have a few larger guns which I would rather have a paddle holster with. And you get an Allen wrench and a screw. Now, this gun as is, or this holster as is, okay, a little bit different. Now, they have 2 or 3 different ones, and I just picked this one. This one was $27. I will put a link to the exact holster. Now, you have several different types. They're all kind of generic. If you notice, this one has no markings. Some has something written on it. Some work differently. But this has a latch here that latches into the trigger guard. And how you would adjust the tension is with these 2 screws that are into hex nuts on the back of the holster. And what it does is it spreads the holster out. So out of the box, with these nuts tightened down, let's see what fits in here. Now, I'm going to start with the smallest pistol, the Taurus GX4. Okay, it'll go in there, it latches, and you see it's loose, but this holster is not designed for this pistol. Okay, and I got the other one out to tell you. It's kind of obvious. If you look at the size of this for the G3C, and the size of the body on this here, okay, this is for a larger gun, okay, and this was advertised as the correct holster for the G3C, and it does fit that, but this is a larger gun. So really our subcompacts and that, this is not a holster to get. So the one subcompact kind of fits in there, but it's way high, ridiculous. We take our other G3C as is, does not really want to go in, it does not fit in this holster. Okay, now we take our Stover STR-9C, and it kind of will fit in there, but again, as you see, riding high, kind of ridiculous. Really not the right size for a holster, even though it fits in there. Okay. Now the gun that I wanted to fit in here is the FXS9, and this kind of has an issue. It don't want to go. All right, but we'll come back to that and see if we can adjust it to where this will fit. So we're looking at it and go, okay, what else do we got? Oh, and I can't forget on my budget guns, the Slim. The Slim goes in there, locks, but then again, you know, it's kind of a huge holster to be carrying a little pistol. So the Slim will fit in there. So most of our budget guns don't. So we're looking for a larger size gun. The FXS, maybe with some adjustment, will fit. So let's get some older guns that we got and see if they fit, longer guns. Here's a nice one to give a try. The Czechoslovakian pistol CZ. See if it goes in. It kind of goes in, it kind of locks, but as you see, this gun, not going to fit. We'll take a Beretta 51, another great gun. Goes in, but again, very loose. we have this 9mm 1911, okay? That goes in there just perfect. Okay, that's a TS 9mm 1911, sticks out at the bottom. Basically, this holster is built for a gun that size. And I was intending on getting it for this pistol, but the slide and everything is way too wide. So right out of the box, this will fit a 1911 or a 1911 style pistol. Okay, and it's coming down to the width. So we have this Glock style pistol, and this is a one of them hybrids. It's a Glock 17 slide on the smaller receiver, and this kind of tight, maybe you have to adjust it a little, but this fits in there, and a Glock style gun will go in. I don't have any SIGs, I don't have anything similar to that. So let's see if we can get this to work. We're going to take our Allen wrench, and you go to these screws here, and what you do is you turn these out. They're spring loaded, and you have a hex nut in the back so it doesn't rotate. And so I'm going to see if I can back these out and adjust the clamshell type to see if I can get our other pistol in there. Okay, if you notice, there's a wide gap in here right now, and there's, if you look, a spring-loaded screw, and the issue, the FSX9 will not fit in there. Okay, and what the issue probably is, if you look, you can see where the way this frame or slide is wide, this is not opening up enough for the gun to fit down in there. And backing these screws out, if they just start springing or come loose or something, then you know, what do you got there? I may try to go until, you know, the thickness of that, I'm pretty close to where that's only hanging on by a thread or two to begin with, and that ain't good. Eventually that'll work loose and the whole holster will fall apart. So this is not going to fit this type of gun. Okay, now closed all the way, it does fit on a Glock. But you see, part of the other thing is the frame and stuff is wider, and then the trigger guard, and that is a different shape. And like I said, I'll give you a link in this thing. I'll give you a link to the exact item I ordered. This don't fit in there, okay? 1911 or something. Now it's loose. I have to tighten it up. And probably you could back these out a little. That Glock went in there kind of tight in the beginning. Still kind of does. But now it's loose where it was real snug. And you probably can adjust it like this. Now it's fairly tight and goes in. Alright. I'm not going to show you me wearing this because it's a simple paddle holster. It goes over your pants, comes out. I like the locking thing other than just the retention of some Cadex. I like the button. Okay. Some people may not like that. Okay, or don't want that, just want the holster to retain without a manual latch. But so far, this holster holds Glocks fairly well, or 1911 full-size guns. That's what I would say this holster is good for. A lot of your old thinner pistols like the Berettas and that, it doesn't hold well. I don't know about a Browning high power. I don't have one. I can't think of any other gun that I might try. Maybe one. Hold on. and then we'll conclude this. Okay, I was able to scrounge up 2 other full-size pistols. A Canak, this is the TP9 SF. See if this kind of fits in there. It wants to, but kind of doesn't like it. And that's okay because this pistol comes with a paddle holster, so that's designed for it. But the Canak won't go in there. Now we're going to take this. This is the P9LSP, the old Springfield Armory, which is basically a long barrel clone of the CZ75. So, a little loose, but if we tighten her up all the way and get it back, this pistol fits in there fairly tight. I can tighten it down some more. So, if you buy this holster, and the problem with these things is they just say universal holster. There's really no size comparison. You don't know what the hell you're buying. And this one was $27. This is with sales tax, it's $30 holster. Okay. It has a huge list of all these guns supposedly that will fit in there. Okay. And what I'm finding is it's the older, thinner, metal framed automatics. Okay, they will go in. The Glocks will fit in here with a little adjustment. The 1911 will fit in. Okay, and again, these are full-size guns. This thing ain't designed for a subcompact or really thin pistol. And I do have one more, I think, which was mentioned there, the Taurus 22 pistol. Let me try that. Okay, guys, last but not least, the Taurus TX22. Let's see if this fits in there. Yes, it does. Kind of high, and it was a little tight. Let me back that out a little. Fits in there fairly tight, but even so, you see it doesn't even come down. So this is one of these guns that rides high, you know. With a 1911, that's kind of the way you want it. So it fits in there. It probably could be used for that, but not quite a perfect fit. You can probably find something better. CZ75 will fit in there fairly good. And of course the Glocks. But anything else in our line of budget pistols, a lot of the larger framed Turkish guns, the Canak and that, don't like fitting in there. The FXS9 doesn't fit at all. And what I did buy it for is that Stoger. Kind of fits in there, but this holster is too big for the Stoger. You'd want something more of a compact size along this line, something like this for the Stoger, something designed a little better. So a lot of these budget guns like the Stoger got issues getting a holster. Even the generic ones don't work. So $30. I do have some guns that this will fit in this holster, so it's not a total loss. And again, this is not an inside the waistband concealable, but that's the review of it, and hopefully this video gives you a pretty good idea of what this value is. And then once again, you know, if you like this content and that, please subscribe to the channel, all right? And I will put a link to this product on Amazon so you will know exactly which one it is, because like I said, there's several of them that just say universal holster. And he will give you a list of a lot of pistols, and if you look at the reviews, there's a lot of negative reviews. This one, in the 1%, instead of being like 12 or 13 or 14%, it was like 6% or something, a single digit. So I thought maybe going with this one. But it's pretty confusing on the size of it and the relative size of it compared to this. Because when you look at this holster and this holster, you really don't have an idea of the size, okay, when you buy it. So this one, it'll work. And if you try to go with a gun like this and back these screws out so far, to where you're opening that, you're going to probably have some problems, or the holster's going to fall apart on you. So that's what I found fits. Take the information, use it the best you can. All right, guys. Subscribe and stay tuned.